We are talking calorie deficits. We are talking cutting. We are talking strategic planning so that you can be successful and keep the weight off. My entire planning process that I am using to get ready for this 6-week mini cutting. My husband is joining me. We have taken the before and after pictures. We have prepared. We have planned. We have literally gotten everything set up so that I cannot fail this time. And I am going to spill the tea with every little step I took to get it right this time. As I have it planned out so that I will be eating ice cream every single day. Yes, I have made it strategically fit into my daily food routine so I can enjoy the foods that I absolutely love. Why do I do that, you may ask? Because I have done my fair share of macro counting where I have eaten plain quinoa and broccoli, and it is not for me. So as a mom of 5, I need variety. Food is like one of the only things that we get to enjoy as mothers, that we get to like sit down and be like, this tastes good. Otherwise, life is just chaotic. So I refuse to eat garbage or things that taste disgusting. So during this cut, you will get to see all of the different meals that I'm making, all of the ways that I'm incorporating sugar, and all the things that people say you can't eat during a cut and still get results. I am gonna take you guys to the gym, to the kitchen, and we are gonna go through this together so that you and I can get this cut right. Hey YouTube, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making chocolate lava cake so that I can have dessert for the week. I am back to work this week, 3 days, so it's gonna be super busy and I'm gonna have to be prepared or else I'm not gonna be able to eat as healthy as I'm hoping to. Okay, so as we start this process, we are going to decide how long we want to be in the calorie deficit. So it's really super important when you're planning a cut phase that you have a start date and an end date and that you don't waver on that date. The reason I like to do this is because for myself and for my clients, it's really dangerous for our mind to have this idea that we are going to stay in a calorie deficit or a cut until as long as it takes to actually get to our goal. Depending on how much weight we have to lose, we want to make sure that we are only in a calorie deficit from 6 to 12 weeks and that the rest of the year we are sitting at maintenance. This can feel super frustrating, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose, but we have to keep in mind that our hormonal health is extremely important as women and moms, and we want to be our very best selves. And often if we stay in a calorie deficit too long, we start to feel the effects. The biofeedback is not very good, and we have the tendency to start to have poor sleep and poor energy levels, and sometimes it can even affect our menstrual cycle. So staying in this cut for just this amount of time and then taking a break is absolutely necessary for your body. So I plan to do a 6-week cut, and I did the meal planning absolutely first thing always, because if I don't plan the meals for the week, something delicious, of course, it's never going to happen. So what I did here was I made some chicken pad thai along with my chocolate molten lava cakes that I'm going to have with some Halo top ice cream. And I'm going to have that every single day this week. And the reason is because it's delicious and it's full of protein and it helps me hit my macro goals while still keeping me satisfied. When you go to plan, say a 12-week cut, you are committing to preparing food. You have to get your head around that one, because if you do not prepare food, you will eventually quit and binge or make a mistake and then feel guilt and shame. And we don't want any of that. So just find meals that you actually love. Allow yourself to go to the store and get those things. I know it's easy as moms for us to just get the kids what they like or cook what they like, but maybe it is time that you just take this time for you and get the things that you need that are going to help you succeed and help you feel good. So after your first step of planning exactly how long you're going to do the cut, I would recommend thinking about what you're going to do for your fitness plan. So I brought you guys to the gym with me today. I've started a new program. It's a surprise, so I'm not going to tell you just yet what I'm doing, because I'm going to review the program at the end of the program, and that's also a 6-week program. So in this program, it's supposed to be heavy lifting and quite a bit of functional training and a progressive overload program, which I usually do and love. So I'm sure I'm going to love it, but that said, I am going to be doing my weights at a moderate intensity. What that means is I'm not going to be pushing myself till failure every single day, because when you're in a calorie deficit, it is really important to maintain
muscle, but I found in the past that when I am in a calorie deficit, I have less energy and I get sore and I don't heal quite as quickly. So I'm going to be taking the weights a little bit lighter than I would like, but remembering that it's only a short-term thing. A calorie deficit is never forever, and I'll be back to maintenance soon. And that, my friend, is why looking at your weight loss journey or your bulking journey or whatever journey you're on with your fitness and health as a full year process. You do not want to spend more than 3 or 4 months in a cut, and then you're going to reverse yourself out of that cut slowly so that you don't regain the weight, and then you're going to teach yourself how to eat at maintenance. Don't just stop counting calories when you are done your cut. That is a recipe for weight regain. So instead, focus on learning what it feels like to be in maintenance. And as your hunger decreases, being back in maintenance, you will begin to understand what your body needs, and you'll be able to do more of a mindful eating approach. I often get asked, well, what if I start to feel bad? What if my sleep is bad and all my biofeedback is bad and I don't have any drive in bed? And what do I do then? And my advice to you is to really look into your life before you start this cut. Are you in a season where you're not getting much sleep? Are your babies still up at night? Do you have a very high stress lifestyle? All these things will play into how well your cut goes and how successful you are at completing your cut. There have definitely been seasons in my life where I tried to do a cut and it was just really bad timing and I had to step out of that. But the only thing I want you to remember is if you choose to do a cut, you are in a mindset of restriction. And that is not a mindset that we want to live in for a long time. So if you're going to do a cut, don't waste your time saying you're doing the cut and not actually doing it, because really you have a diet mindset, but you do not actually have what it takes to see results. You're not actually cutting, you just have a diet mindset. And that would be where I lived my entire life before I learned about nutrition and I learned what my body needed and I learned how to love and respect the body that I was in. So if you're here and you've decided, yes, the timing is right, I'm getting sleep, I'm in a perfect place right now to start my cut, congratulations. You are going to be in for a fun, wild ride. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about today is starting your cut and what to watch out for as you get deeper and deeper into the cut, especially if you're planning on going further than 6 weeks. I personally like to do mini cuts because I have already done a season of cutting in this year alone. And right now I'm just trying to lean out a tiny little bit before summer to feel good in my bathing suit. And so that's where we're at. However, this is not an excuse just to quit on yourself every single time you make a goal. You genuinely have to sit with this for a few days before making a decision. I always try to make a decision on a bad day, and then I remind myself that I actually need to think this one through, because deciding you're going to quit on yourself is way bigger of a deal than we make it out to be. You are proving to yourself that you cannot follow through. So make sure that you have everything aligned in your mindset to be able to feel good about the decision that you make. A fat loss phase can feel really overwhelming. I mean, I experienced extreme brain fatigue in the evenings and brain fog. I also experienced sometimes the inability to sleep properly. And obviously, you are going to feel a little bit hungry. So be aware of these biofeedback signs that you are having during your cut. And honestly, if you start to feel like you're snapping at your kids or things are going poorly for you, you might need to reevaluate. But you're not going to quit on your actual end goal. You're just going to quit right now on the approach that you currently have and make a new approach that might work better in the long run. Are you planning a weight loss journey coming up? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you just want someone to be alongside you to support you. That is what my channel is about. I am here to create a community that is helpful and uplifts women and lets them have whichever goals work for them in their season of life. This is my chocolate brownie lava cake, and I am going to top it with Halo Top. This flavor is caramel, and I have to hide it from my children because, well, it's very expensive, but it is worth it for a little daily treat, in my opinion. I'm really hoping that from this video, your guys' takeaways were to understand if it would be a good season for you to start a cut or a calorie deficit, to understand a little bit about what it takes, and in watching my preparation for this and me go through this journey, hopefully you guys will come to an understanding of what type of calorie deficit you should do. Should it be for a short term? Should it be long term?
How can you make a sustainable plan so that you know that you can follow through on what you say that you're gonna do? Let me know if this video was helpful or what you wanna see below. And don't forget to come on over to Instagram and follow me there at Body with Bree.
You gotta make this cake.
It's so freaking good. Oh my God. Oh, better than, Yeah. Get the recipe. Get it in the link. Oh my goodness.